Hi guys. I'm just hopping on, chilling, chatting because I thought we could do some chilling and chatting. It's Halloween weekend technically, so I was like, you know what? Let's just get on here and chit chat, have a good old fashioned time, see what we want to do. I have Scream turned on right now, so I'm watching that in the background because I'm an idiot and I'm a glutton for punishment, and I want to spooky scare myself like an idiot. I don't know why, but I'm like, what's a scary movie that's like not super scary to me, but like scary enough? And one of my all-time favorite franchises is the Scream franchises. I love them so much. Jalissa, Jalissa, that's my girl. Hi, girly girl. Thank you. I was feeling sad and down today. So I said, you know what I should do? I should do my hair. I should do my hair. So that's what I did. How's it going? How are you? How's everybody that comes on here eventually? How's the rewatch crew if you're rewatching? Hi, how are you? Comment below if you're a part of the rewatch crew, as always. Love you and adore you just as much as anybody. Um, so yeah, I was like, let's watch like a scary movie in the background while I'm live and chit-chatting with you guys, having a good old-fashioned night and time. I was thinking about all the different like Halloween Housewives episodes that I've watched. That Real Housewives of New York, they kind of always did Halloween every year. Um, Real Housewives of New York was very much like the holiday housewives group. Like they always did like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like they usually did the holidays, which was always super fun to watch. And some of their questionable costumes, like Miss Luann de Lesseps doing blackface. Luann, not Luann, Ramona doing Britney Spears, which was so iconic. Um, yeah, there's so many good Halloween episodes for Real Housewives of New York. Maybe that's what I should be watching instead. I just don't have the remote on me, and I use the remote on my phone, like the Roku remote on my phone. So obviously, I'm talking to you guys on my phone, so I can't do that. Um, I've been watching lots of scary movies with my sibling. We've been watching so many different ones. We've been trying to get through like franchises, is what we've been trying to do, especially the older ones because they're less scary to me. Because I'm not a big scary movie fan. I'm not a big gore fan. Like that's the thing I don't like about scary movies is I don't like it when it's like I call it like like gore porn essentially. You know what I'm saying? And I that's not my vibe. Like I don't want to watch movies like Saw. That's not my vibe. I'm not watching that. Like that's not gonna happen. But I will. But like any type of like teen scary movie, like, I kinda love, like, I love Scream, I love I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've watched all of those. Megan and I, if you guys follow our podcast, we talk about the movies all the time that we end up watching. Um, oh, I'm so sorry, dog lover, that's sad. And Chucky franchises, I watched Seed of Chucky this AM. My husband is a big Chucky fan, and I've told him that I will not watch Chucky with anybody but him. Once I come to the feeling like that's my next franchise I want to watch. Um, I'm sorry, dog lover. You don't know what to do. Don't unalive yourself. That's what you do. You don't unalive yourself. You find somebody that you find one person in your life that adds value to your life and you hold on to that, or you find the one thing that motivates you to stay happy and good, and you use that as motivation, because man, oh man, it's not easy out there. It is not easy out there. um Let me see what else we've been watching the not how God, I always get them mixed up. There's Halloween, and then what's the friggin' other one with Jason? We've been watching, you're welcome, dog lover. I'm wishing you the best. I'm not, trust me, I've been there too. We've all been there. It's really, really hard out there right now, especially for so many people in this country. And you just have to find the one thing that will keep you pushing forward. For me, it's my kids and my husband. Everything's different. Um, is it Friday the 13th? Is that what it is, Jalissa? What's the one with no, not Friday the 13th. What's the one with Jason and the like summer camp and everybody gets murdered at the summer camp and stuff. What's that one called? That's the one we are working our way through that franchise slowly but surely. But we finished the Scream franchise. We finished I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. We finished both of those. I Know What You Did Last Summer was quick because it's only 3 movies. Scream was a little bit longer because there's a lot and there's still more to come. So that one was a little bit harder to get through. But well worth it. Wicked good franchise overall. Like overall, good franchise. I'm trying to think what's the other franchise? I can't think of it. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. If you guys know in the comment section, please say it. It's the one with Jason. Um, we've we're on to I think number 4. I think the 4th movie we're on right now. And I overall like the older horror movies because they're just I don't know, they're like a vibe. And if you're someone that like wants to get into horror movies but you don't you're scared to get into horror movies because obviously they're friggin' scary, start with the old school horror movies because you watch it and it's like literally like spaghetti. Like you're watching like spaghetti and ketchup essentially. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't feel as like threatening or scary or gross to watch. So those are the ones that I like my sister and my dad both recommended to me. They're like, okay, if you're gonna watch scary movies and you're gonna get into like horror, this is a good like starting point. Start here and then work your way up. I'm like, okay, cool. There are some franchises that I'm just never going to watch because I just can't watch movies like that. Like I will never watch the Saw franchise. I don't like that type of movie. I'm never going to want to watch that type of movie. Not a fan of it. Um, but yeah, so we're on number 4 of the franchise with Jason. I can't fucking remember because I'm a nut job and I don't know why I can't remember it. But we're on number 4. We're the next one in is number 5. We've watched the first 2 Halloween movies, which were hilarious. Okay, fucking hilarious. I was laughing watching them. Watching that man walk so slow, so unbelievably slow, but somehow still managed to kill everybody was hilarious. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. How do you walk that slow? How do you walk that slow but accomplish so much? These are questions that I have. We also started getting into like the really, really, really old, like we were talking about doing the Alfred Hitchcock movies because a lot of the Alfred Hitchcock movies obviously have inspired a lot of these other horror movies. So we're like, let's get down to the old school. Okay, so let's go watch Psycho because if you guys don't know, um, so right now Netflix is doing they've been doing those, franchises of like the, scary serial killer guys or whatever. And they did one about Ed Gaines. Nice to talk to you too, dog lover. I'm sending you so much love and support. Um, what was I saying? The Oh, Alfred Hitchcock. We've been watching the Alfred Hitchcock. We've wanted to start watching some Alfred Hitchcock movies, and what inspired this was we were watching and seeing clips and stuff of the Ed Gein story from Netflix, which I'm not going to watch because again, I don't like watching horror corn. Do you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I don't like horror corn. Not my thing. I don't like it when the blood and the guts and all that stuff is put in there for shock value, but not to motivate and move forward the storyline. Never liked it, don't like it, think it sucks, think it's stupid. So we were like, okay, Ed Gaines, like, he inspired so many horror movies. So many horror movies. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's inspired by Ed Gein. Bates Motel, the TV show, inspired by that. So I was like, oh my God, let's watch Psycho. Because Psycho is like the first horror movie that I've from my research on the internet, it seems to be that's like the first scary movie that was based off of Ed Gein. So I was like, okay, let's watch Psycho because it's not going to be like gory and gross and nasty because it was made so long ago and there were a lot more restrictions back then on movies and TV shows. And let me tell you right now, you guys, Megan and I were like kind of flabbergasted how much we both really love that movie. Like, I really love that movie. It was kinda crazy, and it was really well done. It was shockingly, I don't know, you guys. I was like, it's in black and white, if I remember correctly, and it's just a great movie overall, and, like, the characters are so good in it, and the storyline moves pretty well, and what's even crazier is, like, you are, like, uncomfortable and scared, but you don't see anything. It's very, like, Alfred Hitchcock does a really good job with manipulating, like, your brain without actually seeing, like, the gore, the bad stuff, the craziness, like, letting you kinda sit in your own thoughts, which sometimes are scarier than what's being shown on the television. So that's really, really cool. So we were like we watched that one because again, it's a classic. It's like the OG horror movie, you know what I'm saying? And I've learned so much about that movie too, like, just, like, the production of it, how it came about, how Alfred Hitchcock literally made it out of with no money. Um, hi Carlos. Thank you for, talking to me from Brazil. Hello. Um, Alfred Hitchcock made that movie on a shoestring budget. He literally hired randos on the, like, movie lots of, I believe, Paramount to make this movie and ended up making essentially nowadays, like, millions of dollars. And he made millions of dollars because Paramount was like, "We're not fucking making this movie. We don't really care about this." And he was like, "Really? Bet. Watch this." And because this movie was basically made by him with his own money and his own, like, resources, he got all that money back, which is, like, times a bajillion. And it's one of the best known, well-known horror movies of all time. And there's so many other things about that movie that are just so cool, and the way that they shot it and the way that they approached it. I will say though, I have a couple books about certain women from that time frame that were in movies and television shows, and there's a book, I think it's called like Hitchcock's Women or something like that, and it talks about the women in Alfred Hitchcock's movies and how he basically fucking tortured them. Like the shower scene in Psycho, he purposely made sure that the water was, like, ice cold because he really wanted authenticity with how the actress was, like, feeling and, experiencing that scene, and, he did a 74, I think, something like that, takes for that scene while she was, like, fucking frigid to the point that as an adult I don't remember the main actress's name, I'm so bad with names, you guys, I'm so sorry. But the lead actress in that movie, she, after that movie, never took showers ever again. She only took baths because she was tortured essentially doing that scene. And Alfred Hitchcock is known for doing that to the women in his movies, which is very sad, disturbing, and disgusting, but also sadly not shocking. But it's a wild movie, and but in like the best ways possible. Like I genuinely, like Megan and I literally walked away from that movie, and we were like, wait a minute, did we just like find like a new movie that we literally like 10 out of 10. 10 fucking out of 10. So I think we're gonna watch some more Alfred Hitchcock movies too, like in between, like The Birds and stuff like that. Um, I think that would be really, really fun to do. So yeah, so we're kind of in like our horror movie era. Like I said, we're not going like for gore and disgustingness and craziness and grossness and all those things, but we are definitely, it's a genre that my sister really, really loves. And I was like, I love the lore of horror movies, but I just don't like the guts and the gore of them. So it's kind of cool to be able to like ease my way into it. And again, I can't emphasize enough, Scream is a great way to do that. That's why I don't watch too much horror. Lots of yeah, yeah, I agree. That's why I won't watch Friday the 13th. Because that's the one with Freddy, correct? Um, that's literally a movie about PDF files. Like, no, I'm not doing that. That's disgusting. And I agree with the R wording and things like that too. I think that's why I like a lot of the ones that we've been watching because my sister's seen all of them. So they can kind of tell me what is like not gonna be my vibe, what I could probably like handle. Can we talk about, can we please talk about, okay, Carrie. Can we talk about Carrie for a minute? Okay, so I went to the library because my best friend in the whole world, who I call my wife, the love of my life, my best friend, she is my wifey. So if you ever hear me call her my wife, if you watch our podcast, you hear us talk about her all the time. It's her name's Shelby. Friday the 13th is a summer camp on. Okay, so what's the one? Fuck. Oh, Elm Street. That's the one I won't watch. That's the one I won't watch. Friday the 13th is the one that we must be watching with Jason. I get so confused with Freddy and Jason all the time. It just proves to you that I'm not a fucking horror movie person. Okay, so my sister and I were watching old school movies, old school horror movies. We're like, let's watch all the like really old school ones because those are the ones that I can easily do because the blood and the guts and everything are just like, again, it's like watching spaghetti meatballs. Like it's bad. It's not good, okay? So we watch the movie and I tell my best friend, aka wifey, about us watching the movie. And she was like, "Oh my God, I actually am reading the book." And I was like, "No way." And she goes, "Yeah, I'm going to read the book and then I'm going to watch the movie." I was like, "Okay." So I go over the other day and she tells me that she watched the movie and we were going back and forth about the movie. So I was like, "Well, I have to read the book now." So I got the book from the library. So I'm going to read this. It's not a lot. It's a very small book. So I've been kind of like working my way through that. I've also been reading the Virginia Jeffries book about the Epstein stuff. So I've been doing a little bit of both lately. Hold on. I'm running now. Oh no. Hold on. Um, so what was I saying? Oh, so we were like, let's watch Carrie. So okay, so before all this with my best friend and everything, I had talked about watching all the old school horror movies, and I was like, let's watch them. It'll be so much fun. So we're like, let's watch Carrie. Everybody talks about Carrie. Let's talk about Carrie. Like Carrie is like pop culturally like iconic. Let's watch Carrie. When I fucking tell you this movie is wackadoodle cuckoo cocoa puff crazy. So I asked my girlfriend, I go, is the book anything like the movie? And she goes, the ending is completely different. And there's also other plot lines that are completely different. I was like, no fucking way. She goes, yeah. I go, the book's always better. And I love Stephen King. I love Stephen King. And I've been getting into Stephen King books. And then my dad's like, you need to watch Stephen King movies because they're, awesome. I was like, okay. So I'm gonna read Carrie. But you guys, when I tell you that movie was cuckoo coodly doodly doobity doobaba wackadoodle crazy to the point that Megan and I literally at one point were sitting there halfway through the movie and we were literally like, what in the actual fuck are we watching? Should we shut this off? And then my mom walks into the room coming in home from work. My mom walks in the room and my mom's like, what are you two watching? Megan and I are like, Carrie. And she was like, oh my God, I love that movie. I'm like, Mom, this is a bad movie. You guys, the first 5 minutes of the movie is teenagers naked and it makes me feel so fucking Megan and I were so uncomfortable. We were like, what the fuck are we watching right now? Okay, so Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy Krueger. We are not watching those movies. We both agreed we're not watching them because of the PDF file vibe. It's fucking gross and disgusting. And also, it's the only movie series that my dad, who is a huge horror movie fan, was actually scared of as a child and a teenager. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, probably never gonna watch either. I watched the newer-ish version of it when I was a teenager, and I just remember different scenes from it and being so fucking traumatized that every once in a like, I would convince myself to go to the bathroom when I was watching it with my girlfriends in high school. I was like, "Oh my god, I have to go to the bathroom." I went to the bathroom like 10 times because I was so fucking scared. Um, going to say I hate Stephen King. I Girl, I'm from Maine, so, you know, we worship Stephen King here essentially. Stephen King, I will say this, Stephen King is a really good follow on social media because he hates DJT. So, watching him absolutely he got booted off of X because he said that Elon was DJT's first lady, and he got booted off of X because of that. Fucking hilarious. But I will say there has been some things that Stephen King said that I'm just like, "Girl, what the fuck are we talking about right now?" But, if anybody's looking to get into horror books, he is definitely a good, like, gateway to those things. And I will say, if you're someone like me who has ADHD and has a really hard time finishing books, he does a lot of books that are, mini like, they're short stories, and he has a lot of those books, and I actually have a lot of those books too, and so if I'm like, "Oh my god, I wanna read Stephen King, but I don't wanna read, like, a fucking book this big," I buy his short story books, and I read little short stories, and the newest one that he did, I'm, like, halfway through, so I've read, like, half of the short stories, and some of them are, like, really good, and they're not all, like, scary horror, some of them are very thoughtful and, like, mind-bendy kinda shit too. And there I've seen and I was like, "I'm done." Yeah, I that's the thing that I don't like about some of that stuff is I'm just like, I don't know if we I go back and forth. I'm like, "Do I need to see those things to believe it?" Like, do I need to see those things in order to, like, believe that they're real and exist and that, like, women are traumatized and go through those types of traumas and, obviously not all women go through those things, but most of the time it's always women that they fucking do that shit to. I'm like, I don't know if I need to see and hear that in order to, like, feel compassion in a story. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. But yeah, so we've been kind of working our way through horror movies, and that's kind of where we're at. And we've been working our way through Halloween. We've been working our way through the Jason one, which the Jason one is so iconic and so good too. Oh, you know what I was gonna tell myself? You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna start watching Bates Motel. That was the other thing I was gonna do because a lot of the movies that are so iconic and, like, synonymous with horror movies are based off of, Ed Gaines and, off of Psycho, and so I was like, "You know what? Why don't I just skip to the good part and just watch Bates Motel," which is literally about all that shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um, and the one thing I do love about Psycho, and I mentioned this with my sister, is that I really like how they talk it's crazy because this movie is so old. It was made in the I think it came out in the '60s, like the early '60s, but was, like, made in the '50s, and they have the conversation about Ed Gaines wearing his mother's clothing, and dressing up as her and pretending, like, to be her, essentially. Like, they have that conversation, and it's crazy to me that in 1960, they have a more ethical conversation about that than anybody I've ever seen do, like, nowadays, and there's a moment where they talk about, like, the psychologist is talking, and the psychologist is like, the cops were like, "Oh my god, he's a transvestite," and the therapist is like, "No, he's not. He's using her as, like, a vessel, and, like, she has a lot of power over him, and she's essentially in her death, like, taking over his like, brain, and it's like a mental fuckery. He's not trying he doesn't wanna be a woman. He's playing the part of his mother, essentially. It really is it's crazy, and it's crazy to me that in 1950, 60 something, that, like, we're having a more ethical, motivated conversation about that. than apparently they're doing now on the actual Netflix show that everybody's been talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's kind of fucking crazy. It's kind of fucking scary. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah. Can you imagine being a final girl? Anytime I watch these movies and they talk about like the final girl, I'm like, if I was the final girl in any of these movies and I had gone 9 movies having to deal with this bullshit, girl, lock me up and put me in the insane asylum. Lock me up and put me in the fucking loony bin. I have to go over this shit for 9 movies. I get too realistic when I think about all these movies and TV shows. I get too realistic. I'm like, nobody would ever deal with that. Oh, another thing that Meg and I talk about on our podcast that we love around Halloween time when we were growing up was Pretty Little Liars. When we grew up, like that was our favorite TV show to watch around Halloween was Pretty Little Liars because they always did a Halloween episode. And if you know, you know, the best Halloween episode is obviously the Halloween train. Um, and I wonder if the Dollhouse was considered a Halloween episode. I don't know if the Dollhouse episodes were considered Halloween episodes, but those were our favorite. Every Halloween time, we always watch the Halloween episodes of Pretty Little Liars. Nobody does that anymore, you guys. I like do any TV shows do that anymore? Like where they are specifically doing episodes set around a specific either topic every single season or a specific like holiday. Like I'm like TV shows when I was growing up as a millennial used to do that. Like Pretty Little Liars wasn't the only one that did that, but Pretty Little Liars was so good at that. Like the Halloween episodes were just the best. The best. Iconic cinema televisione. Okay? I'm just watching this at the same time. Abbott Elementary. I need to watch Abbott Elementary more. That show is good. I just like, I don't know what it is. I get into these funks where nothing on television is what I want to watch. Like nothing. Zero. Zilch. And it could be a show that I've watched a million times and I'm like an avid follower of, and I'm just like, I don't like TV anymore. I hate TV shows. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Because I've watched Abbott Elementary before. I watched the whole first season. And then I think I watched part of second season. And it's my sense of humor. It's like, it's a great show. But for whatever fucking reason, I will watch it and I'm like, I'm done. Or what's even funnier to me is I will watch a show that I like Albert Elementary. I'll watch it after like one season and I'm like, I'm done. And then you know what I'll do? I'll go watch a show that I've seen a million times, like Will and Grace. I could watch Will and Grace 700 times. I have watched Will and Grace 700 times. When I am tired, bored, have anxiety, I have shows that I like naturally go towards to like because like my sister and I talk about it all the time about how like there's go-to shows that you watch because you don't have to predict anything and you already know what's going to happen. And so like Will and Grace is one of those shows. I just love that show so much. Love that show so much. One of my favorite shows of all time. Really depressing that Deborah Messing is a wackadoodle now. But yeah, I one of my favorite ones. I do the same. I watched season 4 of Abbott in the way yeah, I don't know what that is, but like I just there's just like Vanderpump Rules used to be that show for me, and then the men on that show fucking ruined it. And I'm talking like every man on that show ruined that fucking show to me that it almost like it does feel sometimes like unethical to watch that show because it is the men on that show are diabolical, horrible, disgusting humans. And it's like, I don't want to promote that. I don't want to promote that. And it's like, I don't know, it's done and over with. Like, I'm not promoting it. Now that I watch it, I tell people that these guys are scum of the fucking earth. Like, there's nothing else I can do about it. But Vanderpump Rules used to be my comfort show. Whenever I was having anxiety, I would watch it all the time, and I loved it so much. I will say Real Housewives of New York is another franchise that is like a comfort franchise for me, specifically season 7 and 8, I think. The seasons where Bethany came back are my favorite seasons because they're literally reality TV show perfection. Reality TV show perfection. Yeah, Real Housewives used to be Real Housewives of New York has become that for me. Um, trying to think. I don't know what it is about Bravo lately that I'm just like not into it, not feeling the vibe. I kept like I'm one of those people like if anybody is like, "Hey, have you watched this? Hey, have you figured that out?" I'm like, "No," but I know what's going on. Like I always keep tabs on it. My social media, like a ton of my social media is Bravo shit. It's like Bravo reality TV shows and politics. So I keep tabs on everybody and everything. I just don't watch the actual show. So, yeah, that's kind of the difference is I don't actually like sit and watch the shows. Get him, Sydney. Sydney just slapped what's her face across the face. Man, I miss old bed sheets and like they were whatever they make bed bed quilts and sheets and shit out of now fucking are made of garbage. Back in the day, they had them quilted and like the soft material. Now they're made of like some crazy ass shit. I don't even know. Yeah, they're coming out with an it. So okay, so they're coming out with an it show on HBO, I think. I think. They're also coming out with a Carrie show. They're gonna have a show that's based off of the Stephen King's book Carrie. And then what else are they doing that I saw the other day? And I was like, I don't know if I want to watch. I don't know if I want to watch those or not because they're going to be like hardcore. You know what I wish was back? I wish so much that Pretty Little Liars, the new version was back. I'm so mad that that show is gone cuz for a show that actually like redid stuff, duped it, did whatever. Like most of these types of shows that do remakes are horrible. They suck. They're awful. They're bad remakes. No one cares. Th The Pretty Little Liars remake was on like a standalone on its good. It was fucking good, guys. It was actually good. You know it's another franchise that's fucking good that was like a remake or a redo or whatever the hell you wanna call it, was the Scream franchise TV show on MTV. That was also good. It's crazy. Really good that was a really good show, and very depressed that it's gone. That it was, like, gone after, I think, like, 2 or 3 seasons. Um, that was a good show. Yeah, the Pretty Little Liars remake, that was so good because it wasn't, like, erasing what has already been on the show. It wasn't erasing the original Pretty Little Liars, it was kind of, like, bouncing off of it, which I really, really liked. Um, that was really good. Show screamed Jalissa? Jalissa? That fucking show was good. That if you know who Glenn Powell is from Scream Queens, you're a fucking real one. If you know who Glenn Powell is, not from, the last like 2 years, from Scream Queens, you're a fucking real one. That show was so good. That was when Ryan Murphy was in his fucking pocket. That was when Ryan Murphy was doing God's work. And then he became a sellout and, whatever. So many things and reasons and whatever. But that show is so good. Especially, oh my God, that's how I found out who Niecy Nash was. That's how That's not how I fell in love with Keke Palmer because 'cause I've always loved Keke Palmer, but I guess it made me, like, appreciate Keke Palmer more. Like, she's so good on that show. Like I said, Niecy Nash is so good on that show. Oh my god, who else is on that show? What's her face? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. Like, the Scream Queen from Halloween, what the hell? Um, oh my god, maybe I wanna watch that tonight. That's a really good show, Jalissa. That's a good call out. Um Jamie Lee Curtis, who is the ultimate scream queen. Emma, yeah, Emma, what's her face? She's Emma Roberts. She's in it. She's so fucking good. That cast was That's the one thing about Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy, for some reason, has the budget because he stacks his cast. He stacks them so hardcore. I don't know how he has the budget and the money to pay the people he has on these shows. Abigail Breslin with her teeth vagina. Ariana Grande. Okay, Jalissa, I might be watching it too because that's such a good show. When they have the episode where they're all in the ground, well, all the girls are laying in the ground, and then the red devil comes and mows their heads off. Iconic, iconic. Jamie Lee Curtis and Glenn Powell boning, incredible. Joe fucking Jonas. No, no, no. Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas was in that show. That show was stacked. And then they have this. Is it the third? Is it the How many seasons did they get? Did they get 3 seasons? But the season where they had the hospital that they all worked at, and John Stamos was on that season. What? What? Literally, that show was so fucking good. Bring that show back. Literally bring that show back. Don't bring that show back because Ryan Murphy sucks, but bring that show back. Pose is another one of Ryan Murphy's like best shows ever created. Pose is such a good. If you've never watched Pose, Pose is that show single-handedly like opened my eyes to like the trans experience, especially trans women of color. Like, so iconic. That show is so fucking incredible. So many amazing characters, so many one-liners, so many incredible actresses from that show, from that franchise. But, Ryan Murphy like dumped their asses when that show was done, which is another reason why I can't fucking stand Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy's a fucking sellout, unfortunately, but whatever. But yeah, that was like, oh my god, that era of Ryan Murphy when he had American Horror Story was like peak, when they had Scream Queens, he had Pose, he just had the best friggin' shows ever, the best shows ever. And man, oh man, Scream Queens was je ne sais quoi, boba, luba. I don't speak French, you know. You haven't been the same since you showed me your boobs. If a man looked me dead in my eyes, I'm watching Scream, just in case we're new here. If a man looked me dead in my eyes and told me after a year that my mother was slayed, dead, unalived, okay, to get over it, I'd kick him in the nutsack. I go, oh, get over this. You little shit. What a loser. Oh, I'm sorry, my mom died a year ago. I know it's really hard for you to be my boyfriend. Kiss my literal pasty white hole. Like hardcore. Lick the poo off of it. Demon. Oh my god. Um, the reason why I think I loved Scream Queens so much was because it sat in that really good pocket of the teen scream, like, movie horror franchises. It sat in that pocket because, like, there was this really, especially with Scream, there's this beautiful, delicate balance of, scary horror, but teen, funny, humor, tropes, plays on the tropes. Like, it really sits in that really cool pocket. And that's why it was such a good show. It was such a good show. It had so many, like, wink, wink, nod, nods to so many amazing franchises and movies, and then to have Jamie Lee Curtis in it as, like, a main character, and again, like, she's, like, one of the original OG scream queens, like, so fucking iconic, so iconic. You're talking about punching nut sacks. Okay, so Fruit Friend, we are talking about favorite horror movie franchises, TV shows, that kind of stuff. I'm currently, like, in the background. I have Scream playing right now in the background. But Jalissa, who's in here in the comments, she was bringing up the show Scream Queens that Ryan Murphy made. And yeah, love that franchise. Love that TV show. So unbelievably well done and so good and so funny, and the Red Devil, and yeah, it's and I love that it's college, and you guys have heard me say this like 700 million times on all my platforms, that I think if they're going to make TV shows and movies that are so heavily sexualized, I think they should just make them college age shows, because we as watchers don't need to watch teenagers doing those things. I already know that they do. I was a teenager. I did them. Okay. I don't need to see it. It just perpetuates more of that, like, oh, watching teenagers do it. Like, that's not okay. That's not a good, that's bad. That's bad stuff. No, 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 no. And I love that Scream Queens, they were like, oh, let's just put them in college. Perfect. Easy. Simple. And it was great. And it added to it too, because you had the whole, like, sorority, fraternity, like, tropes and funny shit in there too. And again, like I said, it turns, like, as the seasons go on for that show, they just get just a better and better and better and better cast. It's so cool. Again, they get fucking John Stamos. It's like, what is John Stamos doing here? Like, what is John Stamos doing on Scream Queens? Boning Jamie Lee Curtis. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why is Ghostface trying to kill Sydney in school? Like, in school? Girl, ain't somebody gonna catch you? Like, you're really pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Really pushing the limits of what could be done here. It's also funny that Courtney Cox and David Arquette met on this movie and fell in love and got married and had a baby named, I don't remember. And then they get divorced and blah 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 blah. Courtney Cox was so gorgeous. Okay. I have never seen any of the Dracula movies, but I would be interested to watch some of the older ones. And I think eventually one day when I become a big girl and grow up and I'm not a big scaredy cat, I could possibly watch Nosferatu. There was a weird, do you guys remember there was like, sorry, I need to sit back. My back is killing me from sitting the way I'm sitting to talk to you guys. Do you guys remember there was a Dracula show, I think on Netflix, and it was only like two episodes. Like, it was like a, not an anthology, but like, it was only like two episodes or whatever. Do you guys remember that? Or like three episodes? Am I having a fever dream? Do you guys remember that? The new one, Dracula, A Love Tale, was really good. it already came out in France and it comes out in the US in February, but you can watch it early on streaming sites. Interesting. Okay, I'll look into that. I've been watching Fruit Fun. You obviously weren't here at the beginning of the stream when we were talking about it, but I've been watching a lot of old school horror movies because I'm scared. I'm very scared of horror movies. So we've been watching a lot of the older ones and also like the classic teen ones. So Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like those ones, all those types of, franchises or whatever. Because I'm so scared. So I'm trying to watch ones that are not as gory and gross. And also like if there is a lot of gore and gross, it's not as scary because it's like watching like, friggin' like spaghetti and meatballs coming out of someone's belly. You know what I'm saying? It's not that terrifying because you're like, oh, that's ketchup. That's not actual like blurred. Fun fact about Psycho, the blood used in that movie, which the only time you see blood is in that shower scene, was actually chocolate sauce. It was chocolate sauce because Alfred Hitchcock wanted to make sure that it was the same consistency as blood, and like red dye and like ketchup and shit like that wasn't doing it. So he used chocolate sauce. And because the movie was in black and white, nobody could see like the actual color of it. So it worked. Fun fact. Okay. Because once I watch something and I get obsessed with it, I do want to know every single thing about it. So after I watched the movie Psycho, yes, I went on TikTok and I found every single fucking thing I could find out about Alfred Hitchcock. Because I'm a cool girl. ADHD, obsession, obsessive behavior, all the good stuff. Do you want a house tour? Can take it to the first, second, third floor. I'm obsessed with that. I got myself a Barbie playhouse today. It's like a toddler version of it because I have a toddler and I was like, you know what? I need to feel joy in my life. I'm gonna buy myself this and I'm gonna play with my son. Um, and we were playing with it. And of course, every time I was like playing, I kept thinking of the song House Tour by Sabrina Carpenter. Yes, blood is that color, which is kind of fucking genius why he chose to do the chocolate sauce. Kind of genius. Alfred Hitch Not the rhythmic sounds outside, you guys. Oh my god. Hi. Welcome back. Um what oh, and there he goes. Bye, Chachi. Joni loves Chachi. What's the next movie that I should go see, you guys, like in theaters? Oh, what's one of my favorite things to do is I'm sure lots of theaters do this. Obviously, I'm like this isn't like a fucking unique experience, but one of the movie theaters local to me um does a lot of like nostalgia movie nights, which is really fun to do. And Chachi, Joni loves Chachi. That's from Dodgeball. Um, and I've been going to the nostalgia night ones, which is really cool. They do it like once a month or like once a week or some shit like that. I don't know. It depends on like the time of year. But I saw The Dark Knight, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen Toy Story, which is really fun. That's my favorite kids movie of all time. Big Toy Story fan. And I saw Casper recently with my friend, which was with my bestie wife, which was so cool to see in theaters. And so like just I don't know, it's just like so cool to see those types of movies in theaters. And what else? I think those are the 3 movies I've seen in theater that were that. And they're supposed to be doing the Twilight movies, and I kinda wanna go see those. They're gonna play all 4, but I don't know how they're doing that, but I don't care which one I saw. I've seen all of them. But I would love to go see those in theaters again. That would be really fun to go see. Excuse me. So I'm wondering, I'm a little nosy. What time is it for you? It's nighttime. How about that? It's nighttime. It's nighttime. That's all that needs to know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on New York time. I'm on East Coast time, baby. I'm trying to think what else to talk about, you guys. I mean, been on here for like 50 minutes. Been doing pretty good, chit-chatting away. You guys are awesome. Keeping me occupied and keeping me talking and stuff and keeping me busy and chill and vibing. Oh, we're talking about movie theaters. Yeah, so I've been going to those. So I think I want to go to the Twilight ones. They're supposed to be playing, I think, next week. Um, of Jalissa. 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 Of course I'm going to see Wicked. Duh. Of course, I'm going to just go see Wicked by myself. I'm gonna get my little popcorn. I'm gonna have that. Okay, so that's like my favorite thing to do for mommy alone time is I love going to movie theaters alone. I love getting my little popcorn. Okay, so I get this is what I do. Okay, everybody has their routine. Okay, I always wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt every time I go to the movie theaters. Okay. I don't like wearing like jeans. I don't like, no, no. I get in a sweater. I get in like my little sweater. I get sweatpants. Okay. I get my little comfy shoes on. I put my hair up. I don't wear makeup. I just like get like, oh, my comfy little outfit. Like I'm at home. Okay. I only go to theaters with reclining seats. Okay. If there's no reclining seats, I'm not fucking going to your theater. Okay. I don't want to go there. Okay. If I could, I would love to have a movie theater that literally had like lazy boy, like chairs and couches. That would be like iconic. Okay. But anyway, I only go to reclining theaters. All right. I get my little bitch. I get my little outfit all set, my little outfit together. Okay. Then I show up. Okay. When I get there, I get myself a small popcorn. I don't need a big one. Okay. I don't need that. Okay. I can't even do it if I wanted to, but I get myself a little small popcorn. I get myself a little beverage, okay? Usually it's like Sprite usually. Obviously extra butter cuz duh, okay? And then I also will get the dips, okay? I get the little dips. They're the Crunch Bar ice creams, the little ones. I will get those and I have a little sweet and I get a little salty. So I get a little of both, okay? Back in the day, okay, I used to get goobers, chocolate covered peanuts. Don't get those anymore because they don't really ever have them. Okay. But now I do the dibs, whatever the fuck they're called. I think they're called dibs. I get the dibs, I get the popcorn, I get the drink, I get my sweatsuit, sweat outfit on, my little nighttime jammy outfit on, and I get all snuggled up in my little chair and I just sit there by myself and I just enjoy the movie. And it's great. It's like 2 hours to myself. And the best part about doing like so I call them mommy date nights. The best part about doing mommy date nights for movie nights is my phone is not on me. Want to know why? Because I'm watching a fucking movie and you can't have your phone on. So you put your phone down. You don't have kids there, especially if you go to an adult movie, which is even better because there's no kids there. And you just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Even if you hate the movie, doesn't matter. At least you get to have 2 hours to yourself. I have to go to bed. I have to go. Bye. Okay, bye. We have a full event. We are going to the Grabbing Coffee Christmas tree light up on downtown Wicked Drinks. It's a sister day and kickoff of Xmas season here. So we are all going out. Oh, I love that. And hot chips with cheese. It's a dream. Oh, so we have like a bunch of movie theaters around where I live, but the Big Daddy one has like alcohol, pizza, nachos, like all kinds of shit. And I never get all that stuff. But I always get my normal routine. I always get it and I love it and I just sit back and relax. But I will be going to see Wicked by myself. Why? Because it's a perfect mommy movie night, like literally just perfection. Perfect mommy movie night for myself. And then I also don't like going to movies where I know I'm gonna cry with somebody like with me for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I like going to movies that I know I'm gonna cry so I can just cry. I just want to cry. And you know what? I know for a fucking fact I'm gonna go see that movie and I'm going to cry. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. So I just want to go and I just want to live the fantasy and I just want to cry and sing and be happy. And that's what I'm going to go do. But I've also been really trying to go see I either go to the nostalgia movie nights, which again I love, some of my favorite things to go do, or I've been trying really hard to go see movies that are not like super like shoved down your throat mainstream commercial like movies, like Wicked for example. I've been trying to like not always choose those movies as like the first movie I'm gonna go see. I've been trying to see more like indie, not high budget movies, not pushed out, not commercialized movies. Um, which has been really fun to go see, especially because a lot of those movies are very much more adult. Um, excuse me, a rooftop cinema? Jalissa, when I come visit you, crossing my fucking fingers, crossing my fingers, Chicago still fucking exists by the time I go see you. But when I do go see you, can we go do that? Can we go do that? I'm so excited. I still haven't bought plane tickets yet because I'm just like, I swear to God, I don't even know if at this rate, I'm like, I don't even fucking know what our country's gonna look like. What did I say? I was coming in May, I think. I don't even know. So God help us all, literally. God help you and your family right now. But if they're open in May, because I think what did I'm not. I shouldn't say this online, obviously, but we talked about me coming in May, which is again crossing my fingers is still the plan. We need to. That would be so cool. That'd be really fun to do. And then whatever movie's out in May, which will be some big blockbuster. I miss Blockbuster. Does anybody else miss Blockbuster? I miss Blockbuster. I miss going in and getting the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. Does anybody remember those? Solve Any Crime by Dinner Time. You know what's a great Halloween movie to watch is the Mary-Kate and Ashley one. Love that fucking movie. I watched it last Halloween. To Grandma's House We Go is a great Christmas one. Oh my God, I love all the Mary Kate and Ashley movies. I used to love the ones where they go on vacations. I love the ones where they would do the mysteries. Every time we went to Blockbuster, we always got the newest Mary Kate and Ashley movie. That's what we always did. And we got like a snack. And oh my God, I miss it. I miss Blockbuster so. Yeah, I miss it. You guys, like, I miss the nostalgia of like going in and getting a movie from the movie store. I miss that so much. It's old movies, but it's so nice. We are going this week to watch Scream there. I'll send you pictures. Oh, please do. Please do. That's like, I would love, see, that's the thing is like, I don't always want to go to the movie theaters to see new movies. Sometimes I want to go to see old movies because I want to have that feeling of that nostalgia because like they can only do so much to like upgrade the movie essentially. Like when I went and saw Casper, it was it was still the old school Casper movie. Like and and I loved that. Like I just loved that nostalgia and I love that like feeling. It was just I don't know. It was just so cool. It was so friggin' cool. And then like seeing Toy Story in theater when Toy Story came out, I'm pretty sure I was 3 years old. So obviously I didn't see it in theaters. Um so to be able to like be an adult and watch my favorite children's movie on a theater screen is just I don't know, it feels really cool. It feels really cool to see all these cool movies that I grew up on that I loved so much, but I never got to see in movie theaters and now I get to see them. Like I'm pretty sure did I see the Dark Knight movie theaters? I think I might have seen that movie theaters. That is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. I like The Dark Knight, Toy Story, duh. Remember the Titans, one of the best movies ever created on this actual planet. Those 3 are definitely in like my top, I don't know what, top 5, top 10 or some shit like that. Like those 3 movies alone are just so fucking iconic. So iconic. We were broke, so we couldn't rent movies at Blockbuster, but my dad would take us to look around and we loved it. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so cute. I love so there was Blockbuster for such a long time. And then there was another one that we would go to all the time too. It was called, like, Movie something, I think. What the fuck was it called? I don't know if it was, like, national or regional, but it was I know it was a chain, and we used to go there all the time, and the reason why we loved that one, 'cause it was around, like, when Blockbuster was, like, not around, and we loved it because we would always get movies and a snack, but they also always had so you could rent movies, obviously, but you could also buy movies too. You could buy, like, DVDs, and I remember buying there was always a bin with discount movies for, like, a couple bucks, like, DVDs, and my dad would always let us pick, and oh my god, I loved that section. I specifically remember buying the movie Saved, which is what that's another one of I think that's another one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time is Saved. I love that fucking movie. It is so goddamn good. Um, and I remember specifically buying that movie on DVD and was, like, so excited to see it, and I don't even know why I watched that movie, but uh, like, one of my favorite Mandy Moore movies of all time. If you have not seen it, you should watch it. Um, was Family Video. I don't remember it was called, like, Hollywood Video, I think is what it was called or some shit like that. And it was again, it was like a chain and it had, like, a very, very specific vibe to it, you know? And it was but it was it that was a really cool place that we always used to go to, but nothing hits like a blockbuster movie, like a movie experience. Nothing hits better than Blockbuster. I specifically remember, like, they had a wall that was just Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, like, all Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, and we would always pick from the wall because they would have, like, the sleepover series that they had, like, the sleepover movies, and they also had, like, the mystery movies, and then when they got older, they started having, like, actual movies, like Passport to Paris and Billboard Dad, and then they had their TV show. You guys, ub I cannot explain to you how obsessed I was with Mary-Kate and Ashley as a child. Like, they were my everything. If they made it, I had it. I specifically remember this, okay? That they had that they had oh my god, this fucking loser. They specifically had a makeup line, like like tween teen makeup line. Okay, I specifically remember this. And they had an eyeshadow stick that was like a very light champagne color. And I remember I used the shit out of that. I used the absolute shit out of that thing. And I have been looking for it for the rest of my life. I will continue to find anything to the equivalent of that for the rest of my life. I remember and I think it was, like, junior high and high school, I used to wear it, like, every single day. I would, like, rub it on my eye, and I would just do a little pat obsessed, literally obsessed with that stupid ass thing, and I have been searching for it, for the rest of my life, something to that equivalency of it. Um, trying to think what else. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely wanna see like, that's been, like, my thing lately. It's like once a week, I go and see a movie at the movie theater, and I'm loving it. I think I'm gonna get a Fandango, like, pass membership thing because it is, like, if you go if you go to the movies as much as I've been going, it is so unbelievably worth it. It's so worth it. It's like literally it's like half the cost of just going to the movies like a normal person. It's fucking crazy how much of like a deal it is to have that Fandango membership. and I think I'm gonna get it because the theater that I always go to is a theater that is like a Fandango theater. Um, and then multiple theaters that I even like are that. So I saw a theater on Instagram, I think it was, that had like rows of tables and like the nice chairs set up and everything like that. And then it had like a little lamp set on the table, and the theater was set up so that way you could watch the movie that you were watching, and it would have like the little dim light going in your little area, and then it encouraged you to come and bring like a craft to do while you're watching the movie. And I was like, why is that not everywhere? Why is that literally like there were women there with like their knitting and their crocheting and like their little art projects. It was so freaking cute and so cool. I was like, this is literal genius. Literal genius. I'm trying to think the last couple of things I saw. I saw Taylor's movie premiere, like movie music video premiere. I saw all those movies I was telling you guys about. Um, I'm trying to see what it was the most recent, like, newer movie that I'd seen. I can't remember. I can't remember what the newest movie was that I saw, because 'cause I've been seeing a lot of old school. That's what I've been seeing the most of, is a lot of old school, movies. I can't think of what it is, but I love a movie theater experience. Don't do it. Don't bone Billy. Even though he's super hot. Don't do it. Oh yeah, you told me about Regretting You. Scary Movie 2. Oh my god, the Scary Movie franchises. Man, oh man, I remember that. That's fucking nostalgia. Those movies were such a big thing back in the day. That's so crazy. Oh my god, don't do it with him. He's the bad guy. He's a killer. He's a killer. It's kind of crazy that Freddie Prinze Jr. from I Know What You Did Last Summer and Sarah Michelle Gellar are like best friends with what's his face, one of the killers from Scream. I can never remember his name, but they're literally like all best friends, and they've done like so many movies together. It's and they did like all the Scooby Doo movies together and stuff. It's kind of funny, and only to like be in two like pretty big horror movie franchises, like teen ones. It's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna head to bed, and by head to bed, I'm gonna get off of this live, and I will talk to you guys later another day. Matthew Lillard, that is correct, Alyssa. Thank you. Um, but I will talk to you guys later. Again, if you're part of the replay crew, awesome. Hi, how are you? Don't forget to comment. I would appreciate that. I love knowing who's part of the replay crew. But I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you another day, another time, another space. As always, please go support LGBTQIA businesses. And also, let's see, what can we say here? So many things. Immigrants are allowed to fucking be here. Um, illegal aliens is not a fucking thing. Um, go support Chicago, Los Angeles, like the Valley area. Let's see. Go support what other states and cities are being basically viciously attacked right now. Go support those people. Give them all the love and attention that they deserve. Again, go support LGBTQIA businesses. Like I always say, especially trans businesses and business owners. They need you. They need your protection, love, and support now more than ever. Okay, go support and vote for your representatives. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for following me, liking me, sharing any of my content. You are amazing, wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous, and delicious. Happy Halloweener. And I will see you another night. Bye, guys.